Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity. And today I'm up with another Eiffel store project. Right, first of all, I need to do a disclosure because I'm always honest about everything that I use. Now, I'm using the bamboo die. Now, if you take a close look, and I didn't see this when I did the haul, you can see the emboss marks that you would normally get on your bamboo. They're so high that they actually cut. So there is one piece that doesn't cut out, and that's that large piece behind, but I'm going to show you. They do sort of like cut into smaller fragments of leaves. So I have contacted the seller, and I am waiting for the seller to get back to me because that's a problem that needs sorting out. But because I like it and because I don't mind them being in fragments for the project that I'm doing, I am going to use them, and I'm going to do a planner page. So I've cut a bunch of craft cardstock, which is what I want to use. But if I show you here, you can see the small pieces, the way they've come off the emboss. Now, if I hold that up, you might see where they are. But if you pull, oh, that one seems all right, actually. But you can see there, it's cut at that point where it would be embossed. And the only reason it's holding on together is because of that leaf section. So I want you to be aware of that if you're purchasing it. And I have told the seller. But for my purposes, it's absolutely fine. So I've cut one planner page out there, and I've cut the bamboo out, and I am battling humidity today, so my paper could end up looking a bit wavy. And what I've done is I've used an image from Vecteezy. This is one that you have to pay for, although they do have a lot of really nice free images on their site. So I've gone with that cute little panda there. And what I intend to do is use Panelisa's tear ruler. So I'm going to tear that down to create a pocket. And I'm going to use one of the tags from my haul that I shared last week. Now, this background paper is American Crafts, and it's the Maggie Holmes Garden Party pack. So that's where that piece is from. So that's there, and I'm going to put some bamboo bits onto my tag and also onto here. And I'm also going to use a Tombow marker in 158, which is a kind of olive green. Right, so I'm just going to pause for a second while I move the stuff out of the way that I don't need at the moment and put my scruffy mat down. Right, so I've got my scruffy mat down, and this is the bit that I'm going to use with the tear ruler. Now, this could be fun, could be an absolute disaster, but I want to go off at an angle just to create my pocket. So I'm holding that down, I'm pulling that towards me, and I'm going to rip. There. That wasn't too bad. That's what I got left with, a screwed up, scrunched up bit of paper with a lovely edge. Right, so there it is. If I pick it up, you can see it's got that great torn edge there. I really like that. And that is the piece that's going to create my pocket. So if I pick this bit up and scoop my little bits of bamboo down there for a minute, move that little piece over, this is how it's going to go. I'm hoping that it's fitting into the camera. So that is going to glue on top of there, obviously just around the edges to create my pocket. Now, I have got my glue here, so I'm going to do that. Remember not to do this bit because, you know, that's something that I do. But just glue around the edges. Going around that hole border, where the holes are there, that doesn't really bother me. So I'm just doing the bit that I need. And that is that bit. And then I'm going to flip it over. It's really, really quick to create pockets like this. And of course, you can print on whatever colour you want to. You don't just always have to print on white cardstock. And I want to get that straight. Just slide that into position. And I hope I got it straight. I'll know that by picking it up and looking at it towards me. Right, I'm going to let that dry for a second and I will be back. Right, so that's nice and dry, and I've now got a nice little torn edge pocket, and my tag will just slide into there. So that's how that will look. But next we need to colour in our leaves. So if I pop over here, the bits that kind of, I can pick up, I can show you which ones are sort of like more whole than others. But the ones that broke off, I think, are these very small pieces. But as I said, that doesn't bother me, because I'm going to sort of like put them on my tag and dot them in little places anyway. So my Tombow. Right. Now, before you get stuck in, really, you need to test to make sure that it's the kind of colour that you want. And that is the colour I want. And while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to show you the panda. That's what it looks like printed onto white. So it's a really cute little character. So essentially, bamboo is the same, even down the stems. So everything kind of ends up the same colour. Now, you might be thinking, why on earth have you printed it on craft if you're just going to colour it in? And that is because the craft will actually change the colour of the pen that you're using. And because I've printed my panda onto craft, I want it to kind of have, I don't like to use the word dull, but that kind of subduedness to it that's the same as the panda. So you can see how easy this is. I'm just going over it with a marker. I'm going to colour them all in and I will be back. So I coloured all of those in, and it doesn't matter if you miss bits because you've got that lovely craft cardstock showing through, which is basically the same as having printed an image onto this. And there you can see my humidity creeping in. Awful stuff. Right, now I need to decide where I'm going to put things, and I think this one I'm going to kind of like pop into there. Just want to avoid the holes, of course, so that you can get it into your planner page. And then if I do that at an angle, I think I'm going to put that one up to there. So yeah, let's get some glue out. I'm using Dollar Tree Jot Glue as usual, and hopefully it's going to come out. I'm just putting a little bit on into the areas that need to be stuck down, and I'm always saying you don't need to put glue everywhere, just at the points that need to be fixed down so that they don't get caught by your fingers or torn off. And if you've done that, that's the most important thing. Whoops, catch that bit there, a little bit down that stem, a little bit right down to the edge. And I'm going to turn that over, and I'm definitely going to be getting it all over my fingers. So here we go. I want to position it so that it's not near those holes, but my panda is going to benefit from it. I'm just going to make that part of the image. Now, I know there's a lady who watches the channel who loves pandas, so I hope she's watching. And same again here. Just, get your glue where you need it. And it really is, that's simple. And obviously the stem is something that would get caught with your hand, especially if you're somebody who likes to put all kinds of stuff into your journal pockets, because that's the region that this is going into. So I'm going to go about there, take that over and stick it down. So it kind of looks like it's coming out of the pocket, but all it's doing is, I'll get my fingers in there, it's just touching the top. Can you see that? I'm going to glue some more bamboo down and I'll be back. Right, so these are the pieces that I chose to stick down, and I notice here you've got this kind of, if I pick it up, you've got that loop bit on his head, and I found this piece which I thought would be quite complimentary just to stick there because it kind of ties in with it. So what I'm going to do is grab my scissors and I'm just going to cut it off about there, I think. So I'm going to get rid of that bit there and I'm going to stick that down onto his head because I just think that will look sweet, because all I'm doing is repeating what's in the design. Right, so I've got my glue down and I've also made a mess with it, so I'm just going to wipe that off the paper. I'm going to pop that down onto there so it kind of ties in with the bit that was already on his head. Yeah, I like that. I think that looks cute. Kind of 3Ding up the printed image. I put just a little piece on the tag because, of course, you want to be able to write or stamp or something onto there. So there it is, my finished little panda planner page, which was super quick, and using dies with printed images is just a great way to do things quickly and easily. I hope that you enjoyed that, and I am going to be up tomorrow with some more from Eiffel Store. You have an absolutely awesome day. Thank you so much for watching, and as usual, all links below. Bye.